Pay me, pay me, pay me my silver now. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my silver.
Good morning, Bix Weir, Roadroad.com. Good morning, Horde of Z's. Your sip of chaga coffee. All right, so it is the Wolf Moon day. Wolf Moon officially hits after the close of the comics today, but before the close of the stock market. Now, here's what's going on. There are so many scenarios that could play out right now. By the way, silver is up $1.50 and moving. Do I think the price of silver is being controlled by the retail investor getting in because of the big the big short squeeze stuff going on? No, of course not, but it doesn't hurt. So here, let me give you where we are. The biggest thing in the stock market right now is that supposedly they're lying to you, but supposedly there's thousands of retail investors following this one Reddit thread on how to get rid of the banksters and the deep state and all that by buying up their shorts and destroying these companies that are massively short, trying to game the system. Wall Street games the system. That's what they do. I saw the head of the NASDAQ come out and say, "Oh, we got to stop this." Are you kidding me? Free markets are free markets. You should never short anything ever. A short is unlimited losses. Unlimited losses. There is no limit. With a long, you can lose the maximum you can lose. It's the amount you bet. With a short, unlimited losses. Unlimited losses. Now, who are these guys? So here's what's going on with silver is the same thread put out yesterday. The biggest short squeeze in the world. SLV silver, $25 to $1,000. It's a big deal because it's making the front page of all papers. This entity that's buying up these companies that are massively short. In silver, it's different though. They're talking about buying up SLV, which is a silver derivative controlled by JP Morgan and BlackRock. So, hey, I was bitching about it originally because it could be one of the scenarios is it's the bad guy's plan to blame someone else. They can blame the retail investor for silver going crazy and basically shut down the ETF and then pretend to dump 500 million ounces of physical silver that was in the ETF onto the market. Oh, we had to shut it down because of the retail investors. And voila, you have a spike, then a crash. On the flip side of that, price is not determined of SLV is not determined anywhere but on the COMEX. COMEX is the only exchange for silver. The COMEX trades 500 million ounces almost every day. They got, I think it's in the last 6 months or so, they added 300 million ounces to SLV without doing anything to the price. This is a game. This is a con. But we're in the game and we are in the con, so we're going to play with it. Anyway, here's the Reddit post, the biggest short squeeze in the world, SLV silver, $25 to $100. Silver bullion market is one of the most manipulated on earth. True. Any short squeeze in silver paper shorts would be epic. We know bullion banks are manipulating gold and silver to cover real inflation. Both the industrial case and monetary case, debt printing has never been more favorable for the number one inflation hedge. I read this all yesterday, by the way. Inflation adjusted silver should be $1,000 instead of $25. So basically, they're saying, let's get everybody into silver ETF. I mean, no. I talked to Ted Butler about this, and basically, I was like, what's their plan? We're so conditioned that the bad guys have a plan. An obvious plan would be to shut down the ETF because of what was going on and dump the physical silver. But again, 500 million ounces of physical silver wouldn't make the price of silver blink. The price of silver is determined on the derivative market. And most of the silver is leased out anyway, which is a double short. So the banks who are short and then leasing goals to continue the game. And here's the other thing. These 4 banks, I don't know exactly who they are right now. JP Morgan is long. They switched to long. I'll guarantee you it's going to be still probably HSBC, Deutsche Bank, Citibank is most definite. But there are a couple others that could be coming out of the blue. Bank of America is a player in silver, not to the size of Citibank and JP Morgan. Citibank's the big one. But all these banks are too big to fail banks, meaning if they fail, everything fails. You'll lose your 401k. Your grocery store won't be able to sell you groceries. Everything would be destroyed because all the banks are interconnected, the big banks. So this might be the end game. I don't know. We are at the, as I said yesterday on the road to Ruta, I posted a public road on the saying silver short squeeze pain. Will silver be the next GameStop? And the day before, I talked about the wolf moon. We are in, today is the wolf moon, which is the first full moon of the year. It's called the wolf moon because of ancient Native American legends. And we all know silver, on the spiritual side, silver is the key. Silver is the connector. Silver is the, everything can travel on silver. The best conductor of electricity. What is electricity? Everything is electricity. Everything is electricity. Spirituality is electrical currents coursing through our bodies right now. What does Cliff say? 55 trillion times per second. An electrical zap comes through and creates matter. It's way over my pay grade to analyze that one, but maybe it was 32 trillion times a second. I don't remember the exact discussion. There's so much Cliff says that just I just can't absorb it until later. But yeah, we're a really exciting time, as you can tell. Something's happening in silver. If for any other reason it exposes the fraud that is silver, I'm all for it. I don't know if this is the good guys doing it, the bad guys doing it. My gut says this is the good guys. This is part of the bigger plan. This is part of the Q plan. And we're at the end of the palindrome days, the 10 days of darkness, meaning this was known about a long time ago. So my gut says all these retail investors are not actually retail investors. These are the good guys, taking down the banking cabal. They did have, from the early days of Road to Ruta in 2007, my take was that they didn't want any winners when the whole global financial system ends. They didn't want any winners, and that's pretty much impossible. But if you think about it, who would have won if there was a stock market collapse? These hedge funds that had these massive short positions. Right now, every financial entity out there is taking a double take on their short position, on their gaming the system. They're like, holy shit. So you should see the good companies go down in price, and the shit companies that would have lost the most, that have huge short position, moonshot. Kind of the opposite of what these hedge funds are dropping like flies, and they're all leveraged. Don't forget that. BlackRock. Keep an eye on BlackRock. BlackRock could actually be the one doing the GameStop. I was reading an article right here. It was all about the GameStop short. It says, can the big guys stop this? Shorting has always been a gamble since the owner of the stock that's being borrowed can at any time demand it back, forcing the short seller to go buy it at whatever the current price. In practice, this rarely happens because the short selling is accommodated by large investment firms that hold massive portfolios of stock. If the original owner wants his stock back, the investment firm simply replaces it for the short seller. That is the case with GameStop shares too. The largest investment manager of them all, the $8.6 trillion behemoth BlackRock, disclosed on January 26th it had sold some 2 million GameStop shares and still had about 9 million left. The company can thus rescue, for a hefty compensation, the hedge fund stuck with GameStop shorts. Voila, BlackRock wins. Do you think BlackRock was involved in this retail attack? Probably. It's hard. It's so hard to know if the good guys are doing this or the bad guys are doing this. Again, we get back to you have to have your metal in your own possession. In your own possession only. All right, let's see where we are. So it's all over the news, this stock shorting, which is a con. That's another beautiful thing. Even Sandy Cortez AOC is coming out saying, it's good to see that the little guy taking on the big criminal market riggers. I, I just, excuse me if I laugh, but, hey, it's the first time I've ever agreed with Sandy Cortez. AOC. Oh my God. Yeah. If you guys know anything about Washington, they're putting up some gigantic, I don't know what that thing is, in front of the White House. You got me. I try to stay out of that fray because there's way too many theories and opinions, and there's nothing you can do about it, truthfully. Yes, keep fighting for your country the best way you can. But everybody who thinks they know the answer, you don't. Sorry. All right, SLV. Now, again, this Reddit post is talking about buying SLV, which is a derivative of silver. There is no market, no exchange on the planet that trades actual silver. None. The LBMA is not an exchange. It's an association. Doesn't even claim to be an exchange. The COMEX is a futures and options. iShares Silver is a derivative of silver. It's an ETF derivative of silver controlled by who? BlackRock and JP Morgan. Yes, I get it. No, you cannot jack the price of silver by buying iShares. I'm sorry, it can't happen. iShares could go up to 1,000 and silver be stuck at 25. Problem is it brings visibility, and the four main shorts are getting spooked. That's why this is happening. They're getting spooked. This isn't retail buyers going in to buy silver. This is the bad guys getting spooked. And again, the controllers can click a mouse and put it wherever they want. That's why you have to sit on the sideline. Now, this is the beginning. It's going to go on for weeks. I think 2 weeks until the new moon comes in 2 weeks. So that's where we are, I think. No, nobody can give you the full scoop. Is this the good guys? Is it the bad guys? To me, it was all pre-planned. 100% pre-planned. These 10 days of darkness, the 10 palindrome days, JP Morgan getting out of silver all last year because they knew this was coming. This is the taking back of America. We're going to have to destroy the old system to create a new system. Now, I do expect at some point that the markets will shut down. And you won't know the price of silver. You won't know the price of gold. You won't know the price of cryptos. All these are connected to the fiat monetary system. The fiat monetary system, this is the bank killer. The silver price is the bank killer. As in, they get destroyed, as in, voila, you can't get any money out of the ATM no matter what bank. Yes, credit unions included. All of them have the same customers. All of them are intertwined in loan relationships. All of them feed off the same big banking cabal. What will Janet Yellen do? Print as much money as possible to try to get out of it. Will it work? No. Then they'll change the type of money. 3 times Cliff has them changing the type of money. Anyway, we're there. Congratulations. Road to Ruta, by the way. Good call on this one, huh? Yes, I've called the destruction of the criminal silver cabal for a long time. I'm like Bo Pony today. I feel like Bo Pony. If you call something every single day, at one point you're going to get it right. But yeah, this is a beautiful sight. We will continue to see this because that short position is over 400 million ounces in the top 8, just 8 banks, over 400 million ounces. And that will get evaporated. And they're going to shut down the COMEX at some point, probably sooner rather than later. I would say in the next, maybe tomorrow, maybe in the next few weeks. Once this hits $30 and starts moving, kiss it goodnight for the banking cabal. Every dollar the price goes up for the top 8, that's $400 million of loss. So today, right now, this is $650 million in the last, hour. Look out, banking cabal. Now, who might come in to save the day? I think they'll shut down the markets. But where is it? Obviously, the Fed can swoop in. The SEC can swoop in. Now, let's talk SEC. That is right there. That woman, this unknown woman named Allison Lee, is the acting chairman of the SEC. Nobody knows who she is. She is the interim until Gary Gensler gets sworn in. Her name is Allison Lee. President Joe Biden tapped Allison Herod Lee to lead the SEC Commission in an interim capacity until the choice for permanent chairman is sworn in. Ms. Lee is currently the senior Democrat at the SEC, where she served as a commissioner since 2019, since the departure of former chairman Jay Clayton. These are all criminals at the SEC. I do not believe that Gary Gensler, the incoming chairman, is a criminal. Gary Gensler knows everything about the cryptocurrencies. He was a lecturer on cryptocurrencies at MIT. He was the head of the CFTC. I had high hopes for him when he was the head of the CFTC. I had high hopes. He couldn't do it. It was for political reasons. Well, the politics have changed. With AOCs controlling the world, the little guy winning and destroying the banks is great in her mind. She doesn't think about the millions of people, billions of people who would be affected by the destruction of the banking cabal. Yes, I agree with her. It has to be destroyed. There's no easy way to do it. But Gary Gensler's the man to be in that place. If you're going to try to reconstitute free markets, and he's a Road to Ruta member, I hear. I haven't seen his name, but you can use any name to join the Road to Ruta. So keep an eye on Gary Gensler. I like Gary. He's a smart mofo, but he might have an impossible task to turn our markets, our current structure of markets, into something resembling free markets. If he implements something like Veritasium, potentially. But right now, that is not on the table. Other than maybe in Japan, where Reggie got his patent did approve, supposedly. So, yeah. Let's wait for Gary. Let's see what happens. Just so much going on. I'm talking with Bitcoin Ben at 8 o'clock this morning. I'm talking to Jenny Moonstone today, and I will be posting that. Jenny's been saying 28th, 29th, this is the time. But the freeing of silver coincides with the freeing of information about the pedophilia ring. So hang on tight. It all might be flowing out right now. And then everything comes back to, we're going to take our country back after that. That is the key, to take the left and wake them up. Pedophilia. Very exciting time on the Road to Ruta. So keep an eye on silver. Clearly, we've blown away the 50-day moving average, which is like at $25. We're currently at 26 and moving. I'm excited, but not yet. Now remember, the Wolf Moon hasn't even happened yet. That happens right after the close of the comic. Is the ultimate peak. The Wolf Moon is the new full moon. For those of you in astrology, you know about the moon's significance when it comes to silver. Gold is with the sun. The sun, even the Aztecs called gold the tears of the sun, because gold comes from the sun. Gold comes from the sun. It's created in the center of the sun, and there's trillions of tons of gold in the sun. I know a lot of gold bugs can't get their head around anything outside of what Jeffrey Christian tells you, that there's 200,000 tons of gold in the world, and that's it. Anyway, nobody knows how much gold there is in the world. Nobody knows how much silver is in the world, but there are clues that say silver is not as plentiful as we will need in a high-tech future. One, they had to shut down the world's most important military manufacturing facility at the Manhattan Project in the 1990s just to get the silver out. So, hey, keep an eye on Warren Buffett, too. I would not be surprised if Warren Buffett announces that he's taking major stakes in silver right now. So, we will find out. Okay, lots of craziness going on. I'm also talking to my friend Jean-Claude later today, I believe. We will see how that works out, but I will let you guys know. Go to roadtoruta.com, and right here, the top left, put your name and email address in, and we will send you a daily update, an email update on where we stand on the road to freedom. This is Bix Weir. Free markets. Free markets are the road to freedom. I'll talk to you guys later.
Well, here's a true story about a man just like you. He worked his whole life, he was honest and true. Built up a nest egg the way they said to. Invest in the market, money works for you. And everything is fine, picking the winners every time. Started to believe he can make dollars out of dime. Little did he know he's being primed for a fall. The riggers let you play, then the riggers steal the ball. We want free markets, not a million phantom trades. Lest everyone's honest, we're gonna lose what we made. Got to shut down exchanges, trade one for one. We want free markets, well, our work's just begun. Free markets are the road to freedom. Capitalism, not as bad as they say. The world has never tried it, rigging markets every day. Socialists fail every time in every way. Need a better system to forge a better day. We want free markets, not a million phantom trades. Lest everyone's honest, we're gonna lose what we made. We gotta shut down exchanges till they trade one for one. We want free markets, our work's just begun. Free markets are the road to freedom. I said free markets are the road to freedom. Crypto solution, if only done right. We can take out the liars, bring dark into light, and trust in the math, not the people who lie. I think we can make it if we give it a try. We want free markets, not a million phantom trades. Lest everyone's honest, we're gonna lose what we made. We gotta shut down exchanges till they trade one for one. We want free markets, our work's just begun. 'Cause free markets are the road to freedom. I said free markets are the road to freedom. Free markets are the road to freedom.